Hello?
Alex,
Hello.
hello. How are you doing, Alex?
What's up?
I'm doing good, doing good. How about yourself?
Fine, better. No, you sound sick.
I know, I know. I needed to fly to a different country, and I think I cut something.
Fuck.
Yeah. But how is everything on your end? This,
Uh,
this is the third different place I see you in.
Today? Oh,
No,
yeah.
no,
No,
no.
no, I'm in
Every,
Luxembourg now, but
every time when I speak to you, you're in a completely different place.
yeah, no, I'm at my parents' house in Luxembourg. I'm going back because it was my small little brother's birthday, so I'm going back to the Netherlands like in a few days.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Fair.
make sure to have a quiet workspace everywhere. Anyways,
Fair.
it's not my favorite working spot, but does the job. So look, I had a sales call this week.
Okay.
Basically, the recording fucked up. I found out later. I checked that there was like a hiccup with the Zoom settings. Now I
Okay.
fixed it because I was saving it, but it was saving as like bad files, sort of. Like you couldn't play it.
Okay.
Me and Nikita fixed it, so next call should be good. But I have all my notes. Uh, and yeah, if you don't mind, I can just tell you exactly what happened,
Sure.
and then
Obviously,
maybe
it's not gonna be as good as seeing it, but I'm more than happy to
yeah, make
more or
sure
less
next time.
review the call based on your notes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you can probably give me better feedback with a video, but I made sure that's fixed for next time as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so basically, there's this financial planner. He uh, works for 18 years,
Yeah.
3 years independently. At the moment, he has 60 clients. He has 2 advisors that he took under him that
Okay.
he's slowly giving clients to. He's looking for a sysadmin for paperwork, basically. And he has one assistant. He has one assistant from India that helps him move some
Okay.
random shit, and a marketer guy. So some dude that on his words, based on his words, does shit for cheap, and all his like small stuff. Uh, Basically, out of the 3 years independent, the first year or two was basically infrastructure plus networking, and
Okay.
apparently, based on his media efforts and the fact that Trump won, because this
Yeah.
year he started getting a shit ton of clients. Okay,
Okay.
so he's a cross-border financial planner. So basically, with Trump winning, people started looking for ways to get out of the US. So he started getting
Yeah.
clients. Uh, his goal was to get 80 clients. He wanted 5 advisors to have under him and 80
Yeah.
clients each. So basically, 60 clients in total. Now he wanted 400.
Wait. No, 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 no. That doesn't make sense.
What
You,
do you mean?
you said you meant 400.
400, yeah.
Yeah. No, because because if he wants 80 with 5 advisors under which they are 80, then it will be 400. Yes.
Yeah. So he wants
The,
his team to be of 5 advisors.
yes. So his goal is to have 400 clients.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his goal was to have, now, right now he has 2 people that he's teaching, advisors. He's slowly giving them his clients.
Yeah.
His goal is to have 5 advisors that
Yeah.
all each have 80. And I'm
Okay.
assuming his job would be more to like overlook shit because
Okay.
yeah. And
But then
then
how many clients does he currently have?
60. He has 60 clients, 20 he started sharing in between the 2 new advisors, and he's basically teaching them, right?
Okay.
Um, he doesn't have a time limit, but obviously he says he wants to retire sooner.
Yeah.
This is his goal, like this is what he thinks he needs before retiring, right?
Okay.
He does 3 things. So he has LinkedIn, he has a deal with on ads with YouTube and YouTuber influencers, which I told him is bullshit because he basically pays influencers a shit ton to talk about him.
Yeah.
And he does webinars. So the YouTube thing and the webinars he said that they're doing really well. He said they're doing really
Okay.
well. Um, he gets clients from them, even though I called him on his bullshit and I told him, yeah, you still said
Okay,
that
but what are the numbers then in this case?
in terms of what?
Like
In terms of what he gets from.
he said yes, he said it's doing very well. Okay, what are the numbers?
Yeah, I asked him. He kept like I noticed this. I gave him shit for that earlier, for later, but he kept like sort of going away from it. You know, basically, I asked him 3 times, like for stats on these, why they're doing better, how can you tell, etc., etc.
Yeah.
It was always abstract shit, you know.
Okay.
So I was like, I see. So I was like, okay, so Trump winning, and you can't tell me why the media is doing well, but it's doing well. Is that correct? He's like, yeah. I'm like, Like, okay,
Okay.
I
That
see
doesn't
you.
make sense.
Yeah. No, he was generally like super nice, like very. That's the guy that answered my message, being like, yeah, I know this is a icebreaker, but let's schedule a call anyways. I'm down to talk. So he was very
Yeah.
open, whatever. But I think I
Okay,
touched.
but then how much is he making with 60 clients?
So in the first year independent, he had 20 million under management.
Okay, but
In
how
the
much is he
second year,
making with it?
hmm?
How much is he able to make with it?
Yeah, he refused to say.
Is there a way for you to calculate?
No, because I was asking him for like the percentage, like what kind
Yeah.
of fee he gets, because they usually do
Okay.
this. He wasn't like, he was hiding it.
But have you also formulated it in a manner where it was, for example, look, Alex, from all the financial advisors I'm working with, the percentage of how much they are making for helping other people with their finances is very independent. Like some people we work with, it's 2%, in some cases it's 10%. Can you tell me what range are you working with?
So
Have you
I
formulated it in this
asked
manner, or have
something
you just asked
similar.
them?
I asked like, what's your average percentage that you take off per client? Something like this.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, but it depends. And then I asked him a different way, you know. And when I
Okay.
started to get into his like financial goal, I was like, look, so how much are you making now? He's, oh, it depends, it depends. He didn't give me like shit.
Okay, but then I can already say you fucked up because it seems like you have found two pain points. Granted, I assume it's a pain point because I don't see why someone would be uncomfortable telling you unless they will strictly tell you, bro, I'm not gonna discuss my finances with you. Because like literally, if you will ask me about my finances, this is what I will tell
Okay,
you. Okay, that you want to sell me something for, it's not much to me. There is no need for you to understand how much I'm currently making. But
fair.
based on his reaction on those two questions you just mentioned to me, I think you have found his pain point, which was one on how much is he actually making with those people, and I think how many clients. No, there was one more thing I said previously.
The fees, how many percentage
What
per,
was
per
it? The
client?
fees?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's the same shit, basically.
yeah. No, sorry. The other one was about the results. The results.
Right.
Yeah, that was the other
Wait,
one. It's
results as in like what he makes his clients?
yes, yes.
That I didn't ask.
No, 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 not results that he gets for his clients. The results that he gets from the YouTube and like the influencers
True.
and the marketing, because this is where he didn't feel comfortable telling you.
Just quickly write this down so I know what to focus on next time.
Yeah, because like, based on how you even described his reaction towards those two questions, that seems like a problem.
Yeah, see, I feel like he's I asked you some opinion like before the call, the day before. He was right with my suspicion. I watched the Kill the Killer video, but he was slightly different.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have a big ego. You could just tell he's in and out of these calls for years now. So he
Hmm.
basically handled not answering these questions the best way you probably could, to where he wouldn't really not give me like
No,
give me
see,
information,
I
but
think you have. I think based on what you told me so far, I think you have fucked up because he deflected the questions, which will be a clear sign for you. Oh, this is something I need to dive deeper into. Then you have tried to reformulate the questions, and then you gave up
okay. Okay, so I just don't
because
if
even as I taught you, when someone deflects your questions, even if you're trained on it, approximately after 3 deflections, you will forget. And as you told me, you have tried to ask him 3 different ways, and then you change the topic.
right. Okay, so when I ask a question like this, if it's numbers that I need, right? Like if it's important information for me, I basically stay on it until I get an answer,
Yes,
or unless
because
he tells me specifically like, no, bro, I'm not gonna discuss this with you.
yes,
And
but then
even
you
then,
also need to understand. But then
if
you
it's
will also
about
need to understand if it comes from a from a point of view, an emotional or intellectual buyer. Because if I will tell you this comes from a point of intellectual buyer.
Mm-hmm.
If he will say it, I have a feeling it will come from like based on what you told me so far. Hey, granted, you should be able to assess it by that point. Perspective of emotional buyer. So in that case, you can simply say something like, "Look, Alex, I don't mean this in a negative manner. As a matter of fact, I mean this in the most with utmost respect. For me, in order to understand your current situation, also understand where you want to go, I just simply need to know the details. So if you're not comfortable sharing the details with me, we might just as well also end the call here. Because I genuinely want to make this work for you, but in order for me to be sure that this can work for you, I need to understand how you're operating, how your business operates.
Okay.
So are you willing to give me an answer to this? Or are you just gonna constantly interrupt me, or are you just gonna constantly deflect my question?
Okay. So like a doctor's appointment, kind of. Like
Yes.
my perspective is in like you need to
Yeah,
be honest,
basically.
otherwise there's no point. Okay. So after all of this stuff, everything we discussed, yeah, like I have, how he did the first year, second year,
Yeah.
last 3 months, he got 20, like out of all the 75 million under management he has, 20 were from last 3 months, which is with the whole
Okay.
Trump thing, right?
Yeah.
And basically, so I started grilling him. I was like, okay, look, so you're saying that your YouTube influencer ad thingy works well, yet most of your, like a third of your clients came just
Yeah.
from Trump winning the election.
Yeah.
So how exactly, like why exactly do you think like that stuff does well, you know? Like I was like,
No, then you don't point it out in this way. What you do is act confused.
okay,
So as if he will say something stupid. Like as an example, Alex, could you just clarify something for me? Because if I'm super retarded, it does not make sense. What I mean by this is you said your cooperation with influencers and your marketing on YouTube does very, very well. But then you also said that apparently because of Trump's election, which has happened 3 months ago, you just got more clients. In the last 3 months, you got 20 clients, which is generally speaking more than you have gathered throughout the last 3 years. If we, separate the outstanding and divide it by 3. So what do you mean exactly when you say it works very well? Could you give me some specifics?
right, okay, yeah, I need to make
They,
sure to
you
record
can,
it next time as well.
yes, like you need to understand it's absolutely fine if you're gonna act confused, and if you're gonna do it in a manner where he will feel like he said something stupid.
Yeah, so that's what I tried to go for because it was like the day after we had the, like when I was acting, right?
Yeah.
Like this, and that's what I was trying to go for the whole call. Like the mix of I am genuinely trying to understand,
Mm-hmm.
plus confusion, plus slight arrogance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the vibe I tried to get at. I don't think it went well because so I was saying him this, and I was like, okay, right. Like after all these questions, I also grilled him because he told me that uh, he wants a change, but at the
Mm-hmm.
moment, since the YouTube and like the webinars are doing well, he wants to continue working on that. And I
No, no, no. Then you fucked up because like how is this not working together? Like you could literally like again, you could be confused and be like, Alex, like don't get me wrong, but are you allergic to money? No, what do you mean? Well, if you say YouTube and your webinars are working very well, yes, have I said to you that we need to stop it? No. As a matter of fact, if you say it actually works that well, and again, like you don't want to share any details with me, absolutely fine. So I'm just gonna leave it to your own judgment. But if it actually works, in the worst case, you're just gonna be at your max capacity. And by the end of the day, your goal is to have 5 people underneath you with 80 clients each. Like, can you remind me of the time frame that it was on? 2 years, okay. Would you feel bad if it's gonna happen in 1 year? No? Cool. Then is there anything that speaks against us moving forward, even if, for example, what I'm about to show you is just gonna make sense, you will understand it, and it's like you will see that it also works with what is it that you're doing with the webinars and YouTube to the point where you can generally hit that. Like, is this something you will be willing to move forward in a fucking week or today?
Yeah, I said I used that last thing because I took it from you, like from the. But
Yeah.
after he told me that stuff, this is where I mentioned, where I said, look, I'm confused, help me understand this. And then I repeated the thing with Trump. I was like, so you are saying this does well, yet most of your clients came from this, like from Trump winning the election, but you don't want to change because this other stuff does well, but you don't want to specifically, like, I was like, I basically summarized what he told me and I was like, make this make sense. Maybe I'm just tripping, but I'm genuinely confused, something like this. And he
Yeah.
kind of like stayed quiet. He kind of just like I felt like it kind of like scarred him a little bit.
Cool. And then you have probably fucked up because you have said something, correct? You have not.
No,
In
like he
this
wasn't
case,
quiet. He was
okay,
like um stumbling on his words. If that makes sense.
okay. Then in this case, you don't interrupt. You wait. You need to feel comfortable in the silence then.
Mm-hmm.
Because in cases where you literally cut someone with something, this is where you stay quiet and you wait. Because you want people to say something out of their own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Because like if you're gonna interrupt their thinking, first of all, you're gonna interrupt them going deeper into their pain. And on top of it, you're gonna simply probably just say something that they will utilize as an answer because they don't feel comfortable in the situations you have put them in. So their self-defense mechanism is gonna kick in.
Right. So yeah, that's when he kind of explained me a bit about how, since they're doing this thing well, he should focus extra time on it, etc., etc. In hindsight, I
Yeah.
probably should have explained, but he mentioned that, oh yeah, but I'm open for new stuff, something like this. So in that moment, I was like, okay, I said, I think I can help you, but before I even tell you how, I need to understand whether this
Yeah.
implementing new thing, like I quoted himself, like him to himself, if you want to do that in 6 months, in 2 weeks, or today.
Yeah.
If it's in 6 months, there's no point in us having this call, or there's no point in me showing you what we do, something like this.
Yeah.
That's when I genuinely thought, based on like how the conversation went so far, that I trapped him, that he was gonna be like today, and he's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? You're right. Text me in 6 months. And like, and he was like, okay, let's not waste each other's time anymore, and I was like, okay, like I could have stayed in there, but I was like, okay, this is done. He basically, I don't know what happened, but I think because up until then it was going almost as the call that we had the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I fucked up here and there, but overall, I received from him the reactions that I would expect, you know. Like
Yeah.
humbled him a bit. He was a bit more quiet than in the beginning. He was a bit more like in his thoughts. He was already like defensive a bit. So
Yeah.
there I think maybe just got to his limit and he like wanted out.
See, it's a little bit complicated. Fuck me, I just put something in the wrong folder. It's a little bit complicated due to the fact that there are two kind of people when it comes to emotional buyers. When you dive deeper into their pain, they're the ones where you're not allowed to leave them alone to their own thoughts. You genuinely need to speak to them, otherwise they're gonna talk themselves out of it. And there are other ones where they genuinely need peace in order not to get out of it.
They need what? Sorry?
Like they need silence in order to understand where they currently are and that they need to change something.
Right.
And you will very often see this based on just the reaction.
How do you can.
Like, I would love to show you an example, but like the call has not been recorded, so I'm not able to tell you. It will be either one specific mimic on his face, or it will be one thing he will said in this moment. I'm currently not able to like think of a specific example because it's such a small thing.
So you're talking about in the moment when I basically said, do you wanna do it in 6 months or today? So in that moment, there should
Yes,
have been something that I should have noticed.
yes,
Hmm.
that will let you know. Oh, okay, I need to basically explain to him that it doesn't make sense to do it in 6 months, even if he just agreed on it.
Okay. Well, from what I remember, it was kind of fast almost. Like he barely took time to think about it when he said that.
Yes, because
I noticed a bit of
you
like,
gave him them. Do you know why? Because based on what you said so far, it seems like you just simply gave him an easy way out. Like as simple as that.
so okay. But oh yeah, he did seem a bit like almost triggered a bit. Like it felt like he wanted out of that call. Like he, you know.
Yes,
So
wonderful. So you have found something, and you
right.
just simply gave him a way out.
So how should I have done it differently to not give him a way out? Should have not
Even
given the
when
six
he
months
said,
option?
"Oh, you either should not have mentioned it. It was probably too soon that you have mentioned it, or you will not have even mentioned that. What you will want to do is like before you will mention it, if you want to mention it, you will need to assure yourself that he understands the importance of handling quickly right now. Yeah.
So then what should I have done in that moment? As in instead of that, just continue, well, quote unquote, grilling him, or or make.
You could have grilled him further. The only thing is you will just genuinely need to ask him, look, Alex, do we both agree that this and this is a problem? Yes. Do we both agree that, as you said, this and this is what you want to achieve? Yes. So do we both agree that it will make sense if we fix this rather sooner than later? When I say sooner, I mean, for example, today. Do you see how important it will be to fix it, for example, today?
Okay, so I need to also ask questions to like easy yes questions, sort of.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Does that is that a always good thing to do, or does it depend on the type of person?
It depends on the situation. Like that's why I don't teach you a script. I teach you just sales, because then like you will learn how to recognize the pattern. Because you can handle someone in a specific manner, then they're gonna say one thing, and because of the one thing, you will change the trajectory of the call.
Right.
Like there were, for example, calls where I will talk to someone so much, like so much that I will even feel fucking bad because at some point I was just talking bullshit just for the sake of talking. But then when the person wanted to make the payment, I needed to be quiet because there was one thing that I saw he said or he did on his like I think I said something and he had a face expression and I was like, oh, now I need to shut the fuck up. And I will, like, for example, be additional 25 minutes on a call with him in silence while he was paying. So basically the whole trajectory of the call has changed after 45 minutes of doing one thing because of one sentence or one small gesture.
Okay. I see.
Again, it will be easier for me to point out if it will be recorded, but I'm glad you have fixed the problem now because
Yeah,
it
no,
means
I
that the
think I
next.
was so pissed because it was like, especially that after that last training,
Yeah,
I was super happy with the call. Like, obviously, it didn't go great, you know? Could have gotten
yeah,
worse. But it was the first time I like sold from this like different perspective, you know?
yeah.
Because you saw, like, even on our call, I was a bit uncomfortable, you know? But then I
Yeah.
kind of got into it in the call, and I felt like it was going well. So I felt like a model call to fucking analyze, and then I noticed that it's not like after that I was still looking for the recording. I was so pissed. I was like, bro. Anyways, next one I got this. Um,
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. It happens. I remember I had very good sales because I was like, yeah, I'm looking forward to someone reviewing them. And I realized, I learned the hard way that when you use OBS, you need to open the Zoom meeting before you open OBS. Because if you
what's
open
obvious.
OBS is to record the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't knew that in order for OBS to record Zoom, it needs to be opened before the OBS. So I remember I will record the meeting, there will be the audio, there will be no screen.
Fuck.
Yeah. Or I remember the screen will be zoomed in and like you have a whole screen and then you
Mm-hmm.
have like left corner just as big as the whole screen because I forgot to adjust the size. That
Fair
was
enough.
my experience.
The only thing is now I need to check. Ah, no, since you're the host, it's different. Or maybe that's why I didn't record. The guy was the host.
Oh yeah, you fucked up
No,
because
because he just
it
sent me
records
his.
for the host. Then in this case, what you do is just open OBS or Loom.
Well, let me try have the QuickTime player.
QuickTime Player I don't recommend because the size of the video is fucking huge. Unless you're gonna put it into CapCut and then export it, because then you will make it smaller.
No, but
Because
I just do screen recording with it.
yes, I know, but the screen recording, if you have a sales call for an hour, is gonna be around about 6 to 8 gigabytes, which it because Quick Player has outrageous big files. Then, if you want, you can put it to CapCut to make it smaller. But again, it's not very time efficient. In this case, you can just also use OBS.
Okay, so I just need to make sure I'm the host. And
Yes.
if I'm not, I will just ask. Because I see here now I have the option to. Where was it? I have the
Yeah, but
option to.
if you're gonna ask me to record, that doesn't look good because most people don't like to be recorded. That's why even when every single of my meetings is being recorded, but you are not being notified because people
Right.
act differently when something is recorded.
You were talking about a setting that doesn't tell them when my Zoom
Yeah.
records. right?
Yeah. If
Let
you
me
share
just,
your screen and you go to Zoom, we can double check if the setting is on.
let me just do that. Like, I really want to make sure it's all good for next call.
Yeah, just go to
I
Zoom.
had even this prepared.
Good. Go to Zoom. Just log in. Oh, MetaMask.
Yeah, of course. Haven't used it
So
in a
go
bit.
to, huh?
Said I haven't used it in a bit.
And go to settings. Now go to recording. So record to computer, that's fine. That's up to you if
This
you want to have
was
it in.
this was off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't hear you.
Yes. So now you said you have turned it on. So cool. So every single meeting is being automatically recorded. Then scroll down. Record notification. Why aren't you able to turn it off? Wait, is this only for Zoom Premium? Give me
Nikita
one
said
second.
that it's only like a different
No,
feature.
no, no. Give me 1 second. Let me open my Zoom to see.
Mm-hmm.
But it should be here because you literally have it recording notification, Zoom clients, play voice prompt 4.
Okay, so there should be an option like host only or some shit.
No, it literally an option, not notify anyone. Give me 1 second.
Okay,
But you have not paid for Zoom, have you?
I can do it now quickly.
Let me double check because I don't want to lie to you. Give me 1 second. Settings. Recording. Yeah, I have so much. I have so many other options. God damn.
Should I get the
Give me
pro
one
or the
second.
business?
Yeah. What? Pro. You don't have 10 users.
Yeah.
But stop sharing because this is recorded. That is gonna be shared with everyone. So stop sharing your screen unless you want people to see your bank details.
I'm good. Wait, so I can only pay. Let's do monthly. Wait, why the fuck do I need my address for this?
It's just if you want to deduct it from tax. That's the only reason.
Okay, give me then a second. Okay. Continue to business size, just me. Apple Pay.
Na 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 ni na 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 ni na 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 ni na ni na na na.
Okay.
If you're done, just share your screen.
Yeah.
Just go again to settings, go recording.
This
Yeah,
oh,
see, different. Yeah. So scroll down and scroll down.
Do I
No,
need
no,
to
it's cool.
see the transcript?
No, you can share. You can turn it off.
Viewers can see the chat is fine.
Scroll down. Scroll down. Stop notification. No one.
Mm.
So now every time when you are a host and you join the meeting is gonna be automatically recorded, be notified.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. If you want to, you can also go through more settings. Like personally, for example, I prefer to upload everything to the cloud, but that's again only up to your preference.
I like having them. I like having them as files.
No, fair enough.
Anyways, like if it starts being a problem, I'll change it.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Like again, like since you have now bought Zoom, you have also a lot of different options. So feel free to also just go through them. But now when you paid for Zoom, it also allows you to
A longer
host a
meeting.
meeting. Yes, host a meeting that is longer than 40 minutes, which is very important on a sales call.
That's basically the only reason I was. Well, I knew I'm gonna do the premium anyways, at least for that.
Yeah. Like, this is literally the only reason why I even recommend Zoom. First of all, because it's easier to navigate than Google Meets, but second of all, like I just prefer Zoom, and if you want to have longer meetings with 40 minutes, you need to pay for it. Hello, AJ. How have you been?
Hello.
Hey, Ernest. I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome.
Cool. Then Alex, is there anything else?
No, I don't think so. I had like my LinkedIn was fucked, so it was verifying for almost a week.
Okay.
Now I
Has it
am
been verified or?
yeah, all good, thankfully.
Okay.
Thankfully, and now I'm basically just talking to the people that answered the
Yeah.
messages.
Okay, cool. No, yeah, sometimes it takes a little while. Like
Yeah, it asked
I,
for
for
like
example,
ID, I think, some shit.
yeah. I don't know about your last name, but I know that, for example, I'm able to have two different LinkedIn on the same document because of how I can spell my last name. Because my last name can be spelled with W, but also I can put double V. And it seems like a W, but it's a double
Oh,
V.
because on the ID
So
it
that,
looks. Yeah.
yes.
I talked to Nikita about this. I have because I created it with like, and I have a Luxembourgish license. I have a
Yeah.
Romanian and Moldavian ID.
Ah,
So
okay. Then it works. Yeah. Then
I'm
then
good. I can make.
in theory you should be able to have three accounts.
I'll just see how I do with my name because he said my name
Yeah.
should be different too. So I'm thinking to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
shorten it to Yermak.
Yeah.
Think it's gonna be okay, and like they will see
It
it
should be fine.
somewhat
Yes.
with ID,
It
you know.
should be fine. Yeah, because I have different passports and I know that I can, for example, also take the middle name and the last name. I also can
Mm,
take the second last name and the first name. Like I can mix it. So
fair,
I know it works.
fair enough. Yeah,
Okay,
I wanna. It's like one of my next tasks.
good. Okay, then I'm gonna leave you with AJ for the next 15 minutes so you can do outreach talk.
Oh, but we talked
And
yesterday about that.
AJ, AJ,
Yeah.
have you already spoke with Alex?
No. Alex, I guess we were fixing regarding your LinkedIn and email, but we haven't spoken yesterday.
What do you mean?
Wonderful, Alex. Then
We
Alex, stop lying to me. Clarify with him what needs to be clarified.
no, but
Because
the
I
No. I guess you
no,
must have
just look.
spoken. I was with
Mhm.
Nikita, I guess, in the meeting, same meeting, but I haven't spoken
Okay,
to
then
Alex.
Alex, speak
wait,
to AJ.
who did I speak to? Did we not do the like? I had the demarc already done, so you said I saved you time.
Oh, for that, yeah, yeah, that was me. But I thought like you're talking about the outreach one. In that, Nikita was there.
Okay,
Okay, never mind. I'll just talk. Yeah, don't. Maybe
you
it's for
you
something
you
else.
you you're both slightly retarded.
Happened.
So, Alex, just so you understand, in order to maximize the time efficiently from both sides, which is mine, yours, we decided to basically merge the outreach call with the sales training. So the sales training is 45 minutes, and the last 15 minutes, so you have a 60-minute call, is just simply outreach. So even if there is nothing you need assistance with, it's just for AJ to collect all the data that you have about outreach, just so we simply understand what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
So AJ, I just gave you the host. Guys, enjoy the 15 minutes. Let me die for the
Thank you for your
15
time.
minutes so I can then come back and host another call while being sick, like a bitch. So in that manner, I wish you a wonderful evening.
Thank you for your time, man. Talk to you
See you
tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Do you have four calls scheduled?
scheduling them now. Since I travel, I'm just scheduling one after the other.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then please do so right
Quick
now.
question. There was the
Yeah.
the announcement that you're gonna change the way the groups are. And then they got
Yes, I'm
moved
gonna.
to the other one.
Yes, I'm gonna do it today. Today, when I say today, I mean Tuesday because it's Tuesday.
No, okay, no problem. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not like something that
No, no, no,
everything's
no,
good.
no, no.
Okay.
I'm currently structuring it so it makes like most sense. I'm gonna deal with it today because, like, not gonna lie, I'm currently caught in being a bitch because I got cold and I passed out today in the middle of the day while I had more important things to do. So
Ouch.
yeah, I'm
Happens.
I'm gonna deal with it today.
It's okay, man. I feel you was sick for like a month as well. You got
No,
this.
fair enough.
Happens. I did the
You
milk and
you
garlic.
you infected me, you
Yeah, man.
bastard! You infected me.
But I
Okay.
did the milk and garlic thingy and the honey. Love it.
Good. I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I was not able to order garlic. I had honey and I have everything, but I am not able to order garlic.
It
Okay, cool. Then
sucks.
I see you tomorrow. Yeah.
See you, man. Okay, bye-bye.
See you.
Hey, Alex, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, now I remember Alexandru, right?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, okay. I got confused. Yeah, yeah, we had a chat yesterday.
Mm.
Or not
Yeah,
chat,
my
but we
name
had a
is.
call yesterday. Well, like what happened actually, I was joining the calls with Nikita as well, and I was taking the
Mm.
calls like differently as well, mm, like one-on-one sessions. Reason being, like what I was focusing on, like helping you guys setting up your LinkedIn as well as the email outreach thing. So that's why I got confused. Like, okay, did I had a call with you yesterday or not? So I was so confused at that moment. Apologies for that, man.
No, man, no
But
worries. I was confused because I was like, man, am I tripping? I was
yeah,
like,
even 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 I'm also, bro. Like it's what time it is? I guess 4:15 a.m. in the morning on my end. So I'm
oh
just
wow.
feeling very sleepy at the moment. But yeah, no problem. So I've sent you a link. Okay. So I want you to please fill this form before we proceed with any other things because
Right.
I need. Yeah. So just let me know if in case you have any problem filling this up, and then we can discuss regarding the outreach thing. And by the way, Alex, like where are you from? You're from Romania or something?
I'm from Moldavia originally,
Moldavia. Okay.
but I have basically half my family is Russian, half my family is Ukrainian, and I
Oh,
live in Luxembourg slash Netherlands, so I'm like all over the place.
so that's cool. That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I get to talk to all sorts of people.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Network is your net worth. The
Exactly.
more
Try
the
my
more you
best.
talk to people, the better it is. Tell me one thing, like, do you also do the cold calling?
Not yet. So
Mm-hmm.
right now, okay, so I filled the form. Right now with Nikita, I'm at a stage where because I don't know if as I was speaking to Ernest now, I was like very very sick and
Uh-huh.
moving and an exam session because I'm in uni whatever.
Ah, I get it. I
So
get it.
basically, we're at the stage where we found good directories
Mm-hmm.
for financial planners because that's my niche. He showed me how to use the extension to collect leads.
Okay.
We've made my Go High Level account and and
Uh-huh.
he showed me how to input numbers into it.
Got it.
Basically, then I ended up fucking something up. So I just need to
Okay.
go through the directories again and just input all those numbers.
Okay. So like
That's
scraping the data using.
my next task when it comes to cold calling.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. So like for scraping the data, you might be using instant data scraper if I'm not wrong.
I use for the directories I'm using instant data scraper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And apart from that, like go high level, like you're uploading the leads on that and then setting up the campaigns. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm supposed to do that and then have a call with Nikita and set up the
Mm-hmm.
campaigns, basically. That's what we stopped on.
Okay, got it, got it. And apart from that, like, so when are you starting thinking, looking to start the cold calling? Like tomorrow or like
Uh,
how soon?
this week, yeah. Like
This week? Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I'm like, yeah, moving
Okay.
around now. So lots of
Uh-huh.
unnecessary tasks. Well, necessary, but just bullshit
S-
tasks.
No problem. So did
So
you, uh-huh. So did you and Nikita like did Nikita shared you any script or something regarding the cold calling?
no, that we haven't done yet. That was supposed that we plan to do as soon as I'm finished with the directories and stuff.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. And yeah, Alex, you mentioned one thing that your LinkedIn is also fixed, like you got it back.
Oh, but we talked about this yesterday. I have a running campaign on my main LinkedIn,
Ah,
and we said that we'll like
okay.
we talked. We said we'll leave it
Okay,
basically
okay.
until the
Yeah, then
campaign
that's
is done.
fine. Yeah, now I remember. See, Alex, like if in case I pretend like okay, nothing has happened, just pardon me for that, okay? Because there are like almost I guess 43 students at the moment, and everybody has their different problems. So right, it becomes very difficult for me to
Oh, don't worry,
memorize
man.
every single thing.
Don't worry
So
about it.
yeah, and apart from that, like see, Alex, for now, the LinkedIn, as you mentioned, like your campaign is running, let it go the way it is. And once the
Mhm.
campaign is done, then we're gonna proceed with the aim fox, right? Apart from that, yeah. And by the way, the campaign that you're running on the LinkedIn, are you getting any responses on that?
Yeah, I have currently. Let me just check the stats again.
Yeah,
So
sure.
the campaign works in a way where it sends an invite, and if they answer, it
Mm-hmm.
sends a message. So far, I have, I think, a 12% response rate. Let me just confirm that.
And like it doesn't really like the negative and the positive, like both, right?
17 response rate. Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. And how many leads have you sent the request regarding?
I think, well, let me check. Uh, I'm just going to the campaign. Yeah, I'm also still getting used to Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So 286.
Connection.
Wait,
Okay.
no. Wait.
No problem. Take your time. And by the way, like, okay, let's say whatever the number it is, like the total lead list that you have, entered or something.
Hmm.
But how many have you sent the connection requests to? Like, what is that number?
Yeah, I'm trying. That's what I'm looking to see. So it says 286 will still receive an action, an
Mm-hmm.
invitation. 520 waiting for a condition.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those, 16 move on to the next step after delay. 457 waiting to accept your invitation,
Mm-hmm.
and 47 awaiting reply to a message.
Okay. And tell me one thing, like when like the way you have set it up your campaign, right? Have you added any pauses in that? Like for example, like
Yeah. So I
so
have
what's the time duration?
invitation, then 1 day delay, a message,
Mm-hmm.
another day delay, and another message.
Got it. Got it. No problem. Okay. So the script that you're using, like, what is the length of the sequence? Like, how many messages are you sending?
One. So it's basically, I'll just read you one. So it
So
says,
let's.
not sure if this is relevant to you, first
Mm-hmm.
name, but I'm trying to learn about how a lack of credibility can impact your business.
Mm-hmm.
I've been talking to a few financial planners already.
Mm-hmm.
Dash, I want to make sure the pain is real. Would you have 15 minutes to chat next week? Cheers, Alex.
Got it.
And so far, the response rate is decent. However, I would change so how in the beginning I say, I'm trying to learn about how a lack of credibility can impact your business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking to change that to something else, like how lack of leads or how like something. But I'm waiting for the campaign to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Nikita said that we will wait until this like 1,000 leads that we inputted for the first campaign is finished. Then we're gonna review the copy and see maybe we change it a bit.
Okay. So like, okay, okay. So what he said is that once you have sent the connection request to the 1,000 leads, then you're gonna proceed with the then you're gonna check like whether the copy is working or not, right?
Yeah, so the copy is based off on the responses as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like based on what people have responded, I have an idea roughly of what we change.
Mm-hmm.
What we should change. But I'm gonna just we're probably gonna look at those messages together with Nikita as well, and just when the campaign is done, and just do
Got it.
those little changes.
Uh,
Overall, he said that 15% response rate is pretty good. So maybe we'll do like little change.
yeah. See, the thing is like, yeah, he's absolutely correct. Like, I'm not denying that. But the thing is like, uh, waiting for the campaign to complete, like once it hits the target of, sending connection request to the 1,000 people, right?
Yeah.
The
Well, yeah.
thing is, yeah, see, the thing is, when it comes to LinkedIn, right, there are certain limitations, right? Number one, I guess in a month, like there's a specific range in which you can send a limited amount of connection requests, and that thing also matters, that how many people are actually responding to your connection request, right?
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, that we need to wait for the 1,000 connection requests to be approved first. I guess it's a good approach, but like as far as I know, like it's gonna take a lot of time, right? So we practically, if I ask, like if Ishmael would have been at my place, he would have told like instantly that, instead of waiting for the 1,000 to complete, right? We need to check like within, a minimum of 250 of limit to a range of 500. 250 to 500 is the range. In this, we need to check like, okay, now what is the response rate? Is it good? How much percent is the good rate, and how much is the bad one, right?
Hmm.
So on the basis of that, then we need to categorize, okay, now what we exactly need to make changes. What is that one script that is making people feel like, okay, this is just a waste of time, right? And what and the people who are accepting, right? What is that one point that you're picking up for them that makes them, attract towards you, right? So
Okay.
these are the few, aspects. But whatever the Nikita has told, follow that. No worries with that. Like, I'm not denying with anything, but we, as far as I know, like waiting for the campaign to complete, like once it reaches the 1,000 mark. To be honest, like, see, it's not gonna bother us, Alex. But the thing is, it's gonna take a lot of time, right? Because on
Okay.
LinkedIn,
Well then,
yeah, on weekly
I have
basis
like
only.
a call
Yeah,
scheduled with Nikita, I think tomorrow.
yeah.
So
Do
maybe I'll just tell him to like let's start a new campaign. Then
no,
maybe
no,
we'll
no.
do that.
No need to start a campaign. Like, is there any option in which you can reduce the leads, number of leads, or you can start making any changes in that?
I'm not sure how it works, but I think the
Mm-hmm.
campaign is almost over anyways.
No problem, no problem. Like,
Let me
you
just
know,
check.
Alex,
Yeah.
one thing I just want to mention is don't take any of the thing as a pressure, right? See,
Yeah, of
we are
course.
we are working on your email campaigns, right? Everything is set it up from your end. The LinkedIn is also easy to set up, right? The only thing that is stopping us is that you're already running a campaign, which is fine, right? There's no
Mhm.
such any drawback for that. You're already getting responses, right? But apart from that, the only thing that is left, as far as I know, what Ernest must have been discussing with you, is that the cold calling. I don't know, like, if you like to do cold calling, but has Ernest told you about anything regarding cold calling?
No, he said it's basically he said that the more outreach methods, the better. I haven't done cold calling before, but I'm not opposed to it. That's
Mm-hmm.
why basically that's kind of the next step with Nikita as well. We talked about setting it up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I will be doing cold calling. Probably gonna start in the next day or two.
Okay, okay. No problem then. So, thing is, just a moment, I got a message from Ernest. So, see, Alex, the thing is, let's come to a conclusion. Email campaign is set it up, right? We need to just run that campaign once we get every single thing.
Hmm.
Then later on, the other thing, the LinkedIn one, right? Everything is done from your end. Now we just need to wait for it, right? And by tomorrow, once you have a meeting with Nikita, you can discuss every single thing, okay?
Right.
And rest assured, you're going to be updated in the group by Ishmael and Ernest as well as Nikita. So feel free if you have any questions. And have you filled the form that I've sent to you?
Yeah, basically as soon as you sent it.
Awesome, then awesome. Okay, Alex, take care of your health, bro. You sound very like it sounds like you're very much sick, I would say. Are you
Well, I
sick?
was sick for like a month, but now I'm just at so I'm at my family's place, so I'm just trying to be quiet.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
I am
Awesome,
better
awesome.
now.
Awesome, then awesome.
Last
That
time I was talking to Ernest, I was feverish and sniffling, so now I'm better. I'm just being quiet, basically.
all right then. So anything else, Alex? You got any questions for me?
I don't think so. I think all good.
All right then. Just don't worry. Everything's like don't think it as a rocket science. Everything is possible. You can do
Of
it. I
course.
know that very well. All the best, man.
Thank you, man.
Let's make this work out, okay?
Have a
Just let me
nice
know. Yeah, you too,
nice
man.
night. Get some rest, bro.
You too, you too. Have a great day. Thank you so much for joining this call. See
Thank
you
you,
then.
man. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.